Let's have a look at the start list. 12 skier final. Luciana Morales, followed by Scarlett Graham. Then Maya Leonhardt, Maria Popova, Paulina Torres, Selena Appleton, Milese Laforestier, Zali Reeves, Daisy Green, Melitine Morel, Delfina Renosto, and our leader after the elimination round is Lexi Abelson. Now, I mean, it's not the conventional sequence of tricks that we're accustomed to, as we see Maria Popova, who had a disappointing performance in the slalom yesterday, but is still in the thick of things so far as the overall is concerned on the strength of her. So we've had 3 skiers. We are about to take skier number 4. It's remarkable when you consider that rope release only came into being in 2003, and up to that time most people had to make do with the mechanical release, you know, the cassette type release with the split pin, which was safe enough, but I mean they did have an element of danger that the rope could get trapped in that particular mechanism. All right, then. Looks like we've got a point score coming through for Scarlett Graham. It is 3,800, I should say. And actually, that's an increase upon the point score. So that will actually increase her overall total by default. So Scarlett Graham, plug your point score in at 3,800 points. We'll get the reckoning on that in just a moment. So good skiing there from our competitors so far. All right, here we go. Maria Popova getting aerial there with these tricks. Didn't trick Fuller put to her full potential yesterday. Her personal best is 7,150. She barely tricked above 4,000 to get to this point. Flip twist back. She's hanging on for dear life. Oh, my word, Maria Popova. She's coming through clutch. Great skiing there. And that point score of 3,800 for Scarlett Graham currently puts her on an overall total of 2,200.08. And that keeps her in 4th place right now, and she will edge closer to Zali Reeves, who is less than 200 overall points away from her in 3rd place at the moment. And Zali Reeves, she'll be tricking. So in this final as well, so she has the opportunity to battle back depending on how Maria Popova excels with this. So going through one flip, one after the other, just looking very steady here. She does have the opportunity of maybe conjuring up a point score that could end up putting her on the podium in the girls' trick event in the U17 World Championships. Coming to you live from Yamato Water Ski School in the province of Cordoba. She a part in the overall battle, but her point score not any more than what she did yesterday, so she stays put in 6th place overall. That is Maya Leonhardt. Now, a skier that has the potential of clawing herself up higher is Maria Popova, who tricked 4,100 points yesterday. She's capable of tricking over 7,000. Let's see if she can get that close. I suspect that where she is right now is probably over 5,000 points, closer to maybe 6,000 if she can get past that point. Yeah, she is good to go. She is pleased with that effort. Fantastic. Super skiing there from Maria Popova from Ukraine. And Ukraine as a team right now currently in second spot in the team overall battle as well, and we'll focus a little bit more on that tomorrow. But I tell you what, this three-member Ukrainian team are coming through clutch. So there we go, Maria Popova as she skis in to the shore. Well done. Will it be enough to see her move up in the overall battle? We'll wait and see. We'll also wait to see what we already have the scores for Maya Leonhardt, who scored 36.60. And still out in the lead is Scarlett Graham with 3,800 points. Here we are in the girls' championship of the world so far as tricking is concerned in the U17s. So looking good, looking strong there. Toe wake line back, and does she go for the toe wake line back to back? No, she stalls out at the end, and skiing against the rain. I'm sure that she's taken more than a few sets in these kind of conditions, and is well adapted to skiing in this environment. Let's have a look inside the boat. The Ukrainian, oh, there you go. She's as pleased as Maria Popova is right now, and even prompts our driver Glenn Martin to look over his right shoulder in as much to say, well done. The championship of the world so far as the girls' trick are concerned, and these are provisional results. They're still going through the recheck-in, the trick sheet inspection, and Lexi Abelson, presumptive champion of the world with 82.20. Maria Popova in second spot with 72.10. Delfina Renosto from Argentina in the bronze medal position. That will definitely please the local supporters here with 56.60. Those are your top three ahead of Selena Appleton. Then it's Green, LaForestier, Torres, Reeves, Graham, Leonhardt, Morel, and Morales. So, being as it is, keeps a decent enough distance between herself and whoever else challenges her. But here is our boys' trick championship of the world, and we're going to start off with Lars Kuhner. He will be first off the dock, followed by Brett Ellis, Bodie Bolfer, Harley Costa, Samuel McKenzie, Samuel Jaramillo, Giovanni Bloyer, Jacob Nelson, Ionis Konsafanos, Ivan Zeletsov from Ukraine, Bautista Humada from Argentina, and our final skier off the dock will be Mikhailichenko, also from Ukraine. If it wasn't the World Championships, he would have rather have forgotten that pass and moved on. Skier on deck right now is Ivan Zeletsov of Ukraine. Waiting for the signal from our officials before they give him the word in order to proceed. Just trying to take every possible legal advantage that as well as a webcast that goes out internationally via YouTube. The webcast that you are indeed watching right now, and also coverage of this event is going to be brought to Argentina via Fox Sports as well. So we're certainly doing our level best to widen the appeal, widen the scope of the sport so far as its exposure is concerned. So Ivan Zeletsov, toe tricks first. Ivan Zeletsov, 82.70 in the previous round to this one. He is very much a part of this overall picture There we go, toe tricks, toe out, toe back in, toe Waco. Now he starts to wind it on, toe wake, lino. Looking and go, toe wake, line back. Toe wake, line back, nicely done there. Toe wake, line back to back. Does he go for a reverse? Yes, he does. He stays upright. Toe back and toe front there right at the very end. Fantastic effort there from Ivan Zaletsov. And he knows how important this is, not only on a personal level in this event and in the boys overall, but also in the team overall, where the Ukrainians are currently in a slender lead above the United States of America. So fantastic effort here from Ivan Zaletsov, taking full advantage of the wakes here with the response TXI from Malibu. You can find out more by checking in with MalibuBoats.com. Malibu, who have signed a 6-year deal to provide the boats for the world titled events that take place across the world over that time period, and we certainly thank them very much for stepping up at a very, very pivotal time. And I tell you what, stepping up at an equally pivotal time in his skiing is Ivan Zaletsov. Toe wake climb back to back, a pair of them, initial and reverse, preceded by the toe wake line 5 back. But it's only halfway done. All right, here we go, folks. Crunch time in many, many ways for Ivan Zaletsov. Triple dimension to this performance right now. Boys trick, boys overall, and team overall classification all in one performance. Coming up right now, Ivan Zaletsov. Half jack to start. Boom, look at that, cleanly landed there. Front flip there, a little bit off kilter, but he manages to come back with the reverse. There's the flip twist to the back. Here comes the reverse, nails that one shut too. One more flip at his disposal. Mo back to back. What can he do with the slower boat speed now? Ski line to the back, ski line back to back. Oh my word! He comes through clutch. Call that man Captain Clutch. Ivan Zaletsov of Ukraine. That could well be over 10,000 points. We're pushing through another score right now. Jacob Nelson, 65-20. So great skiing there from Ivan Zaletsov. And he, alongside the other Ukrainian skiers, would certainly like to give a big shout out to the LEAI lake in Brazil, where they spent a good amount of their time training before these championships. And in particular, Luca Montegaza, the owner of that lake. And it looks like the training that they've done prior to these championships in that part of the world has certainly paid dividends, and the Ukrainian team, who have been long regarded and seen as water skiing nomads over the last few seasons due to a geopolitical conflict, and they've taken that and they've just used that as incentive, as determination. Let's not forget the overall dimension here. Not so much for Bautista Arhimadu. He's not an element in the overall picture, as he does not jump. One person who is part of the overall picture, in fact, two people there you saw Ivan Zaletsov. He just came off the water, and Mikhail Mikhailovchenko, who will be our last skier to take to the water. Okay, so this is Mikhailovchenko, our final skier to go today in the boys' finals. In this, the event, the boys' tricking final, coming to us out of Dnipro in Ukraine. All right then, crunch time, final person. This is for the title. This is Mikhailovchenko, coming to us from Ukraine. Being driven into the course by Mario Pagozzi. Here we go. A skier that will be a feature in all three events in the finals. The first of them being tricks. Look at that, toe 5 front, toe out, toe straight back in, toe wake line O, toe wake line. Look at that, toe wake line back, toe wake line back to back, toe wake line back to back. Does he have anything more? Does not do the toe wake line 5 back and just throws some toe sides at the end, just for good measure. No harm, no foul at the end. I reckon that by the time he got to that point, it would have been 20 seconds and closer to expiration anyway. So fantastic effort there, all the way through. Still waiting on that score from Ivan Zaletsov and indeed Bautista Ahumada. And certainly some folks here very, very open with their applause and appreciation for Bautista Ahumada around the shoreline as we see Mikhailovchenko launch his assault to a world championship title in the U17 World Water Ski Championships right here in the middle of the province of Cordoba in the Republic of Argentina. Yes, indeed. Some great performances. Over 30 personal bests have been recorded in this event. And they certainly had plenty of assistance courtesy of the response TX side. Okay, a confirmed podium for this skier. It is going to be Bautista Ahumada. We got his score of 82.30. 82.30. Now, the reason why we've gotten Bautista Ahumada's score before we got Ivan Zaletsov's score, I believe that because Ivan Zaletsov's score is over 10... Oh, look at this. It's 95.40. 95.40. I was expecting that to be very close to 10,000. I wasn't too far wrong, but it was about a 460 point hole less than 10K. But what it does mean, though, that Ivan Zaletsov currently has the lead. Bautista Ahumada has a spot on the podium as well. We're at worst third. Ivan Zaletsov, he is currently in the lead with 95.60. He can finish no worse than second. We'll plug that number in so far as Ivan Zaletsov is concerned, so far as the overall competition is concerned, because it is a huge point differential compared to where he was yesterday. It was 82.70 yesterday. It's 95.40 today. And Ivan Zaletsov has moved himself into third place overall. Here comes Mikhailovchenko going from one trick to the next. There we go. Look at him go. Boom. Hits this one. Flip twist to the back. Flip twist to the front. What has he got left? Ski line O. Does he have anything more? Ski line back to back. Does he have anything? Ski line 5 back. There he goes. And he nails the run. And the first person that celebrates is his compatriot, Ivan Zaletsov. The Ukrainians are on fire. Fantastic effort there all the way throughout. And there we go. Mikhailichenko coming into the dock. Has he done enough? Has he done enough? There we go, Ivan Zaletsov, first to congratulate him in the water. There's such a close-knit team. And anything that they celebrate on a personal level is shared between the others as well. Mikhailichenko just doing what Mikhailichenko does. On top of the rather convoluted name that's taken me a good while to actually pronounce properly, but there you go, Mikhailichenko. Fantastic effort there, beautifully executed flips from one side to the next, flip twister back to front. Then he slows the boat right down for the ski line O, slips the ski out to the back, ski line back to back, and then goes forward. And then from there, he just winds it on once again for the ski line 5 back, takes it all the way down. And there you go. The celebrations start early. It's Mikhailichenko. And if this score is anything more than 95-40, then you're going to see provisionally a new world champion in the form of Mikhailichenko. And as it stands right now, Ivan Zaletsov is still in the lead with his score of 95-60. So at the very worst, Ivan Zaletsov is in no worse than second.
Despite today is not that sunny, still great finals, I think. Thank you, everybody.
Felicitaciones para los chicos de Ucrania, gran esfuerzo por haber llegado hasta acá, entrenando en Brasil y luego también aquí en el lago de Villa Dolores, unos amigos de la casa.
Hard to imagine two more well-deserving individuals. So fantastic. We're going to get the point score for Mikhailichenko. There's only one score remaining, and that is his. Mikhailichenko, so far as overall is concerned, he might just have put that championship to sleep. He's already on 29.14.89. That puts him ahead of Ioannis Kosophanos with 27.78. A move creeping up a little bit closer was Ivan Zaletsov with his score of 95.40, in excess of what he'd done yesterday. That gives him an overall point score of 26.75. So there's about a 103 point differential between second and third place overall. So just waiting on that point score, and it is by no means official when we get it, because there is that 30-minute review period that exists at the end of the tricks event, so that the skiers and entourage can inspect the trick sheets and see if there are any discrepancies and address them right there within that time period. Of course, a world championship, an event of this level, also carries a huge responsibility so far as making sure that these performances and this championship is conducted under fair conditions from a physical perspective. So that is also taken into account as well while when the skiers come off the water and they get selected for you know what. So there we go. Mikhailichenko just looking at the performance. He's watching a replay from the TWBC to determine whether he has done enough. He's just trying to arm himself with the knowledge that that there are certain tricks that he knows that he did correctly. There are some that might have slipped out of his grasp, so that when the trick sheets come along, if there are any discrepancies in that vein, then he will have the answers so far as his perspective is concerned. So, this is just absolutely excruciating waiting this long to find out the points. And not only are they looking at the instant replay, but they are also just refreshing the IWWF scoring system page to see if they can at least get the earliest indication possible that I'm sure that result service page is getting pinged like nothing you've ever seen. All right, he has the indication. He knows that that we're pushing the score. And that score is 10,120, ladies and gentlemen, provisionally. Your new world U17 boys tricking champion, Mikhailichenko. Bautista Ahumada in third, Ivan Zeletsov in second, and your new provisional world champion with 10,120 points is Mikhailichenko. Fantastic skiing there. 10,120, the only score that we've seen in this competition that has been over 10K. That puts him, that doesn't alter the amount of overall points that he has because he already has 1,000 points going into this tricking final. But what it does is it opens up the gap in the overall to almost an unassailable margin. So with that in mind, the men's tricks leaderboard, Mikhailichenko with 10,120, Ivan Zeletsov with 9,540. So a big 1-2 there for the Ukrainians. Bautista Ahumada rounds off the podium positions in third with 8,230. And Ionis Kosofthanos in fourth place with 8,000 points. The top five is rounded off with Samuel Jaramillo with 6,850. And you can check out the remaining scores on this list as we see Bloyer, Nelson, Costa, McKenzie, Ellis, Kuna, and Bolfer rounding off the names on that trick result list. Bear in mind, folks, this is unofficial. This is unofficial, and we will make it official as soon as we can past the 30-minute review period. All right, we're going to go into the prize giving as soon as we know for absolute certain what the point scores were, not only in this event but also in the girls' competition. This is Tony Lightfoot here at the U17 World Water Ski Championships. Glad to have the pleasure of your company once again. Prize giving coming up soon. You are watching live and continuing coverage of this event, the U17 World Water Ski Championships, coming to you live from the Republic of Argentina. And when we come back, we will have the prize giving next.
Do you have there the results?
Yes, I most certainly do have the results.
But the one thing we do need on top of the results are the skiers. We need the skiers to make their way to the stage, and then we can start our award ceremony. But we need them, first of all, to get their way to the bottom of the steps, and then not only we can do that, but we can also introduce the people who will actually be giving out the medals and the souvenirs and the flowers and all the other accoutrements.
Okay. Muchas personas vamos a tener aquí sobre el escenario, además de los competidores ganadores en la disciplina de figuras que vamos a entregar ahora las medallas en un ratito nomás. Y vamos a invitar. Let's invite these people to come.
Yes, I see that Maria Popova, make your way over to the steps, please, and Lexi Abelson as well, come on down to the bottom of the steps. I believe you're there as well. And also, how about Delfina? We need her as well.
Wow, Delfina Reynoso de Argentina, por favor, Delfina. Fuerte el aplauso.
All right, it looks like we got all three of the award recipients in the girls division. So now that they're receiving final instructions, I would invite them to make their way to the podium. So, ladies and gentlemen, as they walk up on stage, let's give a big cheer to our female award recipients.
Buenas tardes, bienvenidos. Bienvenido José Antonio Pérez Priego, presidente de la IWWF, la señora Gabriela Maurecín, de la comisión organizadora del Mundial Sub-17 en Argentina.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to present the awards to the girls trick finalists, the top three. Presenting the medals will be Jose Antonio Perez Priego, the president of the International Water Ski and Wakeboard Federation. Presenting the souvenirs will be Gabriela Mosavin, and the flowers will be presented by Ambar Besso. So, ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you third place and winner of the bronze medal.
The bronze medal goes to
Ladies and Delfina Reynoso, Argentina! And now, ladies and gentlemen,
the second place silver medal goes to
Maria Popova, Ukraine!
Y ahora llegó el momento de coronar al primer lugar, la medalla de oro.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you winner, gold medalist, and girls world tricking champion from the United States of America, Estados Unidos, Alexia Abelson!
Gabriela Maurecín le va a entregar los recordatorios a las chicas, a Delfina Reynoso de Argentina, también a María Popova, así se dice, María Popova de Ucrania, y también Ambar Besso, que va a ser la encargada de entregar las flores a cada una de las ganadoras. Alexa Abelson de los Estados Unidos recibe sus flores también.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please remain standing as we play the national anthem of the United States of America.
Vamos a entonar las estrofas del himno nacional norteamericano.
Run so proudly we ran, and so far.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you once again your medal placement finishers. In third place, Delfina Renosto, Argentina. Second place and silver medalist from Ukraine, Maria Popova. And your world champion from the United States of America, Lexi Abelson.
Invitamos a las chicas ahora a descender del escenario. Vamos a ir ahora con la premiación de la categoría de los varones. Vamos a acercar los esquíes ahora. Para las fotos, para realizar las fotos de recuerdo que va a quedar seguramente en la memoria de las chicas y de todos ustedes.
And whilst the skiers get photographed with their skis, I'd like to call upon the medal recipients in the boys' competition to make their way to the bottom of the steps to receive further instructions. We need Bautista Archimada, we have Ivan Zeletsov and Mikhail Mikhailchenko. We need the award recipients. I see Mikhail Mikhailchenko, I see Ivan somewhere around, and we'll also have Bautista Archimada. But ladies and gentlemen, what a great group of competitors, wouldn't you agree? All right.
Ahora sí llegó el momento de recibirlos a ellos. El podio de la categoría masculina en figuras. Ya están preparados, a punto de subir.
Okay, and also... absolutely. And also I'd like to call upon Rodrigo Archimada, the secretary of the club Archimada, to make his way down to the steps, because he will be presenting the medals. Okay. So if he is around, make your way. Looks like we got all three of our skiers accounted for. That's good.
En un ratito nomás vamos a comenzar con otro de los momentos más esperados. Vamos a hacer un sunset aquí en este entorno maravilloso que es el Lago para que podamos
medals.
Sí. Escuchar música. Vamos a tener la presencia de dos DJs aquí que nos van a dar la mejor atmósfera para poder disfrutar y relajarnos en un ratito nomás.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome them on stage, please give a big cheer to our medal recipients in the boys' trekking competition.
Que se siente el aplauso.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the medals in this instance is the secretary of Club Archimada, Rodrigo Archimada. Ladies and gentlemen, present...
Rodrigo Archimada le va a dar la medalla a Bautista. Vamos a invitarlos a subir al podio. Bautista Ahumada.
Bronze medalist, third place, Bautista Archimada. And now, ladies and gentlemen, presented to you, second place, silver medalist from Ukraine, Ivan Zeletsov.
Y el primer lugar, la medalla de oro, goes to...
Ladies and gentlemen, winner, gold medalist and World Boys Tricking Championship with a new personal best of over 10,000 points. He is from Ukraine and he is Mikhail Mikhalauchenko. The souvenirs are presented by Gabriela Musavin. And the flowers are presented by Ambar Besso.
Los recordatorios los entrega la señora Gabriela Musavin del comité organizador del Mundial Sub-17 destinado por la Argentina y las flores Ambar Besso.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please remain standing. Remove any headwear that you have. And please, ladies and gentlemen, let's play the national anthem of Ukraine.
Vamos a entonar ahora las estrofas del himno nacional ucraniano.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, presented to you the medalists. Gold, third place, bronze medalist, Bautista Ahumada, Argentina.
Medalla de bronce para Bautista Ahumada, tercer puesto, Argentina.
Second place and silver medalist. Let's give it up one more time for Ukraine's Ivan Zeletsov. And ladies and gentlemen, presented to you your world champion once again, also from Ukraine, Mikhail Mikhalauchenko. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes.
Preparamos
Ladies and gentlemen, the future of trick skiing, right there in front of your eyes.
Damas y caballeros, el futuro del esquí del deporte ante tus ojos.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the award presentations for the Tricks event. We've still got 2 more events tomorrow. We've got the slalom event. We've got the jump event. Ladies and gentlemen, we start that off at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, on the behalf of everyone here, everyone that has a vested interest in making these championships the very best that they can be, my name is Tony Lightfoot, and until tomorrow morning, it's ciao for now!